Yeah, the wall's down. You don't need NATO anymore. Stop fighting for Ukraine.
The president tells Putin, quote, do whatever the hell you want. That's a quote.
He never said that.
A former president actually
Take that out of context. Omission by material fact.
I think it's outrageous,
piece of shit.
It's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
Why don't you just stop touching little girls? Yeah, stop drag time. Tranny time with kindergarten kids. What the?
America is a founding member of NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations, created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace.
To prevent Russia. Today, Soviet Union is not Russia. They're gone. Berlin Wall.
Finland to the
you don't need them anymore. They don't even pay for it. 40% of the gas in Europe is bought from Russia until they blew up the pipeline. Reneged on a trade deal with the second largest partner, China.
Welcome.
Canceled the Keystone Pipeline and caused a recession in Europe.
And they know how to
promised to make the rich pay their fair share, quote unquote.
Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest
and
military
delivered the biggest
the world has
tax
ever seen.
on the poor ever.
I say this to Congress. We have to stand up to Putin.
Who gives a shit about Putin? Secure a border.
History is literally watching. History is watching.
And laughing.
If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm.
Yeah, like the ones coming over the border, and you're sitting there doing nothing about, trying to get votes.
We will not
conflict of interest.
Away.
Piece of shit. Yay! Pedophiles starting wars. Runaway inflation hurts the poor. Yay! Added 15 trillion to our deficit. Yay!
I will not bow down.
Bow down to who? The big corporations that finance you? Not the people?
History is watching.
He's watching and laughing at how fucking stupid you are.
Just like history watched 3 years
Senile
ago on January
man.
6th.
The only reason you're running is so you don't go to jail for corruption.
Of American democracy.
Hey, democracy is a republic. That's why we have representatives in the government.
The insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power.
They didn't try to stop us with an inside job, you fucking liar.
January 6th lies.
Half the people were informants for FBI, CIA. Everyone knows that now. It's such a lie.
A great,
how many times you gotta lie?
To U.S. democracy since the Civil War.
But they failed. You're the guy who ran for a Ku Klux Klan wizard. Fact, look it up in 79. Or somewhere in the 70s.
America stood strong and democracy prevailed.
Yeah, democracy. I mean,
the threat to democracy must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that.
Yeah.
This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
We ain't winning shit. Other than adding debt to it. Look at that. Only 20% of the people are standing up. 20%. A bunch of radical socialists funded by big corp.
Ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy. Remember your oath of office in defending us all threats, foreign and domestic.
Since we live in a factual republic.
Respect.
I guess we don't need all those representatives in the House anymore, right? Since we're in a democracy, we don't need Senate.
And make clear political violence has absolutely no place.
Yeah, we'll stop the political violence. You're the one causing it. Piece of shit.
Again.
How can you sit there and straight face us like that?
It's not hyperbole.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, history is watching.
That is hyperbolic as hell.
Your children and grandchildren will read about this.
Yeah, our children are under attack by you.
History is
Stop smelling them. Stop the drag shows in elementary school.
A social worker from Birmingham,
Stop pushing on us all your idealisms.
14 months ago, she and her husband welcomed a baby girl thanks to a miracle of IVF. She scheduled treatments to have that second child.
President.
The Alabama Supreme Court shut down IVF treatments across the state.
Leave them kids alone.
Unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade.
Just another.
She was told her dream would have to wait. What her
What
family had gone through should never have happened.
You
Unless
should never have
Congress acts, it
happened.
could happen again. So tonight,
Stop touching little kids.
let's stand up for families like hers. To my
Yes.
friends across the
Stand
aisle,
up for
don't
kids
keep
that
this
you
waiting
touch.
any longer.
Stand up for drag school and elementary and blah, blah, blah. You know, if they want to do that shit, they can do it in their own time. Free fucking country. But don't put it on our kids, you disgusting motherfucker.
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader
here they
defending
are,
reproductive freedom.
trying to claim Republicans are taking away abortion. They're not taking it away. They're just ending late-term abortion. That's disgusting. You're harvesting kids for stem cell research. That's what that's all about.
To see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was
Piece of
overturned,
shit.
and he brags about
Leave
it.
them kids alone.
Look at the chaos that has resulted.
It's
Join us
just
tonight is
another
Kate Cox,
kid
the
getting
wife and mother from
smelled by
Dallas.
Biden
She's
behind the guy
become pregnant
catching
again
his
and
neck,
had a
the
fetus
hair
with a
neck.
fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate
Quit smelling
that her
them
own
kids'
life
hair.
and her ability to have children in the future were at risk if she didn't act.
Oh, he's
Because
cracking
Texas
up.
law
He's
banned her
cracking.
ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the state to get what she needed. What
Huh?
her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others.
Gaff,
There are state
here's
laws
gaff
banning
number
the freedom
one.
to choose, criminalizing
All right.
doctors,
We're gonna
forcing
play a game.
survivors of rape
We're gonna
and
take a
incest
shot
to
of
leave their
whiskey
states to get the treatment
Every
they
time
need.
he makes a gaff.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away? Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right. Clearly.
80% are sitting down. Yay! Pedophile! Yay! Yay! No more inflation! They're taking aborted. Not one
Those
to
bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women. But they found out when reproductive freedom was on the ballot. We won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024. If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
Oh, whatever. They never got fucking taken away. They still do it. They just go into the state now and abortion.
America cannot go back.
They don't want
I'm here
children to be
tonight to show what I
harvested.
believe the way forward. Because
Leave
I know
them
how far
kids
we've
alone.
come. 4 years ago next week, before I came to office, the country was hit
He didn't come
by
to
the worst
office. Yeah, he came to
pandemic
office.
and
He
the worst
didn't
economic crisis in
get
the
elected.
century. Remember the fear,
Stole it.
record losses. Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus.
Yeah.
It took more than 1 million
Still have
American
that problem.
lives of loved ones, millions left behind.
Yeah,
A mental
you
health
left
crisis
people
of
behind in
isolation and
Afghanistan.
loneliness. A president, my predecessor,
You left the
failed
poor
the most
behind.
basic presidential
Help the
duty
rich.
that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable.
Piece of shit.
I came to office determined to get us through one of the toughest periods in the nation's history. We have. It
Piece
doesn't
of
make
shit.
news in 1,000 cities and towns. The American people are writing the greatest comeback story never told.
Never told because it didn't exist. Fantasyland. Look at that. They're only showing the Democrats standing from a wide angle lens.
Tell it
They
here
can't
now.
see all the other ones sitting down.
America's comeback is building the future of
Saying
American
comeback?
possibilities. building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down.
Yeah, $14 trillion added to our debt. That doesn't help the economy.
Everyone has a fair shot.
It ruins our dollar as a global foreign reserve currency.
The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccine
Just look at all the gold that has left.
Are now
our reserves
to beat cancer,
held by other
turning
countries.
setback into comeback. That's what America does. That's what America does.
America doesn't do this. You are such a poor excuse. Not sure you're a great excuse of not.
Our economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world.
Yeah.
15 million new jobs in just 3 years.
The government's going to be shut down.
A record.
Can't even keep the government open because the debt's so high.
Unemployment.
You're not omitting material facts. It's completely unethical. Yay! Pedophile! Runaway inflation! Yay!
Each one is a literal act of hope.
Yeah, hope. Hope that you get out sooner.
Growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans. 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting.
Yeah, still less jobs than before the pandemic.
Manufacturing capital of the world. We are. We will. More people have health insurance today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up. Inflation keeps coming down.
Health insurance.
Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world, and 10 lower.
Subsidize Obamacare? That's not health insurance.
The landing is and will be soft.
That's welfare.
And now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs.
Exporting?
Right here in America.
Exporting?
Where they belong. And it takes time.
Come on,
the American
Bloomberg,
people
stop
are beginning
hiding
to
the
feel
crowd.
it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring. Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats as well in the past, failed to buy American. Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers.
Oh, gee, you didn't steal that from Trump, did you? You would never do something like that. You don't have a history of, what's the word? Yeah, when you
and thanks to our Chips and
steal someone
Science
else's
Act,
information.
the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before. During the pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles.
Yeah, that was your fault.
And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America.
Following through with the trade deal we had with China, which led to the global
private companies
shipping lane
are now investing
closed out and
billions of
runaway
dollars
inflation.
to build new chip factories here in America.
Supply side
creating
inflation
tens of thousands of jobs.
That they try to call transitory.
Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree.
Because it started a war in Ukraine. Gee, right after he became president, killed the pipeline, hates carbon, caused China to use more coal.
My policies have
Ended up
attracted
causing more CO2.
$650 billion
Congratulations,
in private
genius.
sector investment. In clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America.
Yeah, ones that were lost.
And thanks.
You still have less people work than before the pandemic.
46,000 new projects have been announced all across your community.
Look at the unemployment rate.
And by the way, I noticed some
They're all
of you
seasonal
strongly voted
workers.
against it, or they're cheering on that money coming in.
Buttigieg, even though he trying to popularize his ways, actually did a good job.
Just let me
Give him
know.
credit for that.
Modernize our roads and bridges, ports and airports, public transit systems. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage. Providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where you live, urban, suburban, or rural communities, in red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in family farms.
If you get money, stop smelling those kids' hair. I mean,
because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know. We're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. It's transformative. The great comeback story is Belvedere, Illinois, home to an auto plant for nearly 60 years. Before I came to office, the plant was on its way to shutting down. Thousands of workers feared for their livelihoods. Hope was fading.
Not because...
Then I was elected to office, and we raised the Belvedere repeatedly with auto companies, knowing unions would make all the difference. The UAW worked like hell to keep the plant open and get these jobs back, and together we succeeded. Instead of auto factories shutting down, auto factories reopening, a new state-of-the-art battery factory is being built to power those cars.
S&P 500 futures, 5% in the red, 0.5% in the red, excuse me. What's that? Dollar strengthening because people go into cash?
The folks of Belvedere, I say, instead of your town being left behind, your community is moving forward again.
Going up more now.
Because instead of watching auto jobs of the future go overseas, 4,000 union jobs with higher wages are building the future in Belvedere right here in America.
Okay, doing good. In the United States. I don't know, take jobs, look at revised. At the next job report.
Revision President show. Sean Fain, a great friend and a great labor leader.
Record job report. 200,000 people hired. Right now we're revising it by 100,000, so really it is only 100,000, 50% less. But we're not going to announce the headline because the media is colluding.
Dawn Sim, a third-generation worker, UAW worker at Belvedere. Sean, I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line, and today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class. You got to
include everyone, not just your 20%. Bloomberg, zoom out, show that 80% of the people in that room are sitting down. Stop picking and choosing. Stop cherry picking.
When America gets knocked down, we get back up.
It's unethical.
We keep going.
Be
That's America.
Transparent.
That's you, the American people.
Exactly. We're pissed at you.
It's coming back. It's because of you our future is brighter. It's because of you.
We're the only ones helping you stand up because of the law. You're the only being in there.
Strong and getting
and it
stronger.
wasn't even the law that's correct because it's been corrupted by you. You committed actual corruption, veritable, smoking gun evidence. Sit there and act all like you're all
tonight.
Whatever. It's like
tonight,
what was that?
I want to talk about the future of
20 people in the Senate, and the other like 200.
A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over.
Sitting down.
And the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get all the tax breaks. And by the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the state of the United States combined.
With inflation.
And I represented for 36 years. I'm not anti-corporation.
Yeah, 36 years and you've done squat.
In a home where trickle-down economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen
like 5 years and like not
That's
doing
why
anything.
I determined to turn things around so middle class does well. When they do well, the poor go way up and the wealthy still do very well. We all do well. And there's more to do to make sure you're feeling the benefits of all we're doing. Americans pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere in the world. It's wrong, and I'm ending it.
Why don't you end the wall? I mean, end the illegals coming in our border and end the blocking of the wall. No, Mexico.
Well, I proposed and signed, not one of your Republican buddies voted for it. We finally beat Big Pharma. Instead of paying $400 a month or thereabouts for insulin with diabetes, and it only costs $10 to make, they only get paid $35 a month now and still make a healthy profit.
Are you talking? Say everything.
I want to.
Like, what kind of face like, oh God.
But what to do next?
Instead of being angry or anything, he's just
$35 a month for every American in Indonesia. Everyone.
Shaking his head like, wow. The level of insanity, like, has gone up a notch.
People have talked about it, but finally we got it done. Gave Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs.
Oh, he gave them the power.
Just like the VA is able to do for veterans. That's not just saving seniors money. It's saving taxpayers money. We cut the federal deficit by $160 billion. Because Medicare will no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. This year, Medicare is negotiating lower prices for some of the costliest drugs on the market to treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. It's now time to go further and give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices for 500 different drugs over the next decade.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of money, guys.
Good.
And they'll still be extremely profitable. Will not only save lives, it will save taxpayers another $200 billion.
Well, it's about time to do something actually decent.
The same law caps total prescription drug costs for seniors on
Medicare
at $200 to $2,000 a year.
You still got a lot
even for expensive cancer drugs that cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. Now I want to cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 a year for everyone. Folks, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but anyone to get an Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, even Moscow, probably. And bring your prescription with you, and I promise you I'll get it for you for 40% the cost you're paying now. Same company, same drug, same place. Folks, the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, is still a very big deal.
Oh, Democrats are going to like that. That's an interesting approach there, Mr. Biden.
Over 100 million of you
going to get your own party?
Can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. Well, my predecessor and many in this chamber want to take this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen. We stopped you 50 times before we'll stop you again. In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it. We enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce health care costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent. To state the obvious, women are more than half our population, but research on women's health has always been underfunded. That's why we're launching the first ever White House initiative on women's health research, led by Jill, doing an incredible job as First Lady. Pass my plan for $12 billion to transfer women's health research and benefit millions of lives all across America. I know the cost of housing is so important to you. If inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come down as well, and the Fed acknowledges that. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down, to put toward their mortgages when they buy their first home or trade up for a little more space. Just for 2 years.
Well, now you're talking. Because you have a huge, practically insurmountable mountain to climb still, bro.
Is also eliminating title insurance on federally backed mortgages. When you refinance your home, you can save $1,000 or more as a consequence.
Well, who's going to be liable if there's a contingent liability that wasn't disclosed from the prior owner?
Landlords who use antitrust law, who break antitrust laws.
How are you going to ensure that?
Up rents.
Through the government?
We've cut red tape so builders can get federally financing, which is already helping build a record 1.7 million new housing units nationwide.
That's just it. That's how they transfer wealth to the government. It's like
now
stealing.
pass and build and renovate 2 million affordable homes and bring those rents down.
You gotta get inflation down first, pal. Nice try. Nice try. But we still have runaway inflation. They haven't gotten the inflation genie back into the bottle. The inflation genie is still out of the bottle. And you don't bring a genie at all on this one. This is not a nice genie.
And I suspect
this is not a female one that grants you wishes. This is a mean.
Every child a good start.
You don't even know what gender it is.
By providing access to preschool for 3 and 4 years old.
This is mean. It gets any gender.
I think I pointed out last year.
That's not even an issue. They can't get it back in the bottle. That's the problem.
I pointed out last year.
The only way to get the inflation genie back into the bottle is by honoring the signed and agreed upon by the U.S. trade deal with the second largest economy in the world and our second largest trade partner, China. Talk about that. Pendejo. Yeah, this shit is Google Pendejo. Picture of Biden pops up.
They were mad that they were angry. I think, well, they were discussing why I wanted to spend money on education. I pointed out to them as vice president.
So you can touch more little girls.
182.
Yeah, you care about education.
Those folks
you
don't
do
know
a
the
lot.
exact number.
Anything that helps the kids, right?
And I asked
the ones
them what
that
they
you smell
need
their
most.
hair.
The CEOs.
You fucking disgusting old man.
And you've had the same experience
I
on both
swear.
sides. They say a better
I had
educated
a little
workforce,
kid,
right?
Or my niece.
So I looked at them.
My little niece was there.
And I say, I
and some
come from
greasy old
Delaware.
motherfucker like him started putting his paws all over her and smelling his hair. I would fucking
and every new
knock that
enterprise
motherfucker
they
out.
bought, they
One
educated
punch.
the workforce to that enterprise.
Don't ever touch
But none
little
of you do
kids.
that anymore.
Fucking
Why
pedophile.
are you angry
Disgusting.
with me, providing you the opportunity for the
You
best
start talking
educated
slow
workforce
like
in the
that.
world? And they all looked at me and said,
All
I think
can
you're
think
right.
about is you sniffing some girls.
I want to expand high-quality tutoring and summer learning to see that every child learns to read by 3rd grade.
Yeah, you care about the children. Disgusting.
I'm also connecting local businesses and high schools so students get hands-on experience and a path to good paying
hands-on
job,
experience.
whether or not they
Exactly.
go to college.
You want some hands-on experience?
College is more
You're so
affordable.
disgusting. Leave the kids alone. Quit
Let's
smelling
continue
girls'
increasing
hair.
the Pell Grants to working and middle-class families and increase record
Quit
investments
touching little girls.
in HBCUs and minority-serving institutions, including Hispanic institutions. When I was told I couldn't universally just change the way in which we dealt with student loans, I fixed 2 student loan programs that already existed to reduce the burden of student debt for nearly 4 million Americans, including nurses, firefighters, and others in public service. Like Keenan Jones, a public educator from Minnesota, who's here with us tonight. Keenan, where are you? Keenan, thank you. He's educated hundreds of students so they can go to college. Now he's able to help, after debt forgiveness, get his own daughter to college.
Hey, stop touching your own daughter. Is that why you sent the SWAT team to get her diary from her friend that she left at her house?
Such relief is good for the economy because folks are now able to buy a home, start a business, start a family. While we're at it, I want the public school teachers a raise.
Yeah, because they haven't had one forever. They need to help their pension with their cost of living adjustment on it. What the heck is that? TRS has the best pension because there's no COLA on it.
The deficit. Now, let me speak to the question of fundamental fairness for all Americans. I've been delivering real results in fiscally responsible ways.
No,
We've
you
already
haven't.
cut the federal deficit. We've already cut the federal deficit over $1 trillion.
No, you haven't. You added 14 trillion to it.
The bipartisan deal.
This is such a lie.
Cut another $1 trillion.
Wow.
She's not the one coming back for you. She's not the one coming back for you. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend.
Also want to end tax breaks for big pharma, big oil, private jets, massive executive pay when it's only supposed to be $1 million. It can be deducted. They can pay them $20 million if they want, but deduct
Gaff
$1
number
million.
2. Oh man.
End it now.
Shot.
You know, there are 1,000 billionaires in America. You know what the
1,000
average
billion
federal tax is for those
million?
billionaires? No. They're making great sacrifices.
Maybe you should
8.2%.
work on your math.
That's far less than the vast majority of Americans pay. No billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse. Imagine a future with affordable child care. Millions of families can get what they need to go to
Look at them,
knowledge.
yo-yos.
My
Look at
administration
them,
announced we're
yo-yos.
cutting credit card late fees from
Play the
$32
guitar
to
on the
$8.
MTV. But they got a bunch of Congress people, and only 20% of them are responding. Woo!
To instigate the collection. And that's more a hell of a lot like $8 and 30 some dollars. They don't like it.
Cha 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 blah 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 blah. Biden, blah blah blah. Then Charlie Brown.
That's why the banks are so mad. It's $20 million in profit. I'm not stopping
This is
there.
before Metallica
My administration
started sucking.
cable, travel, utilities, online ticket sellers. So does this. Oh, you know the bill, huh? That conservative. I'll be darned. That's amazing.
There's a mess.
Judges help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve
sounds
cases
interesting.
in 6 months
This is getting
instead of
some
6 years now.
Fighting sucks. Stop
What are
touching
you
girls,
against?
little girls. Stop touching girls in general.
100 more high-tech drug detection machines to significantly increase the ability to screen and stop vehicles smuggling fentanyl into America. That's killing thousands of children.
And you're going against your
This
voter
bill will
class.
save lives and bring order to the border. It will also give me and any new president new emergency authority to temporarily shut down the border
And any
when the number of
president?
migrants at the
Is he
border is
acknowledging that he's
overwhelming.
gonna lose?
The Border
that
Patrol
an
Union has
acknowledgement?
endorsed this bill.
That was a
The
slip.
Federal Chamber of Commerce.
Freudian
is
slip.
You say, oh, look
He
at
already
the
has it in
facts.
his head. Oh, that is not good
I know you know how
for
to
him.
read.
He just he saw they give you a little flash there of everyone. You know, like 20 people out of 200 standing.
I believe that given the opportunity for a majority in the House and Senate would endorse the bill as well, a majority right now. But unfortunately, politics has derailed this bill so far. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate
I
to
told
demand
you,
they block the bill.
it's Trump's fault.
He
It's Trump.
feels political win. He viewed it as will be a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me.
Get it out.
I'd be a winner. Not really.
Not really. Exactly, not really. I was gonna play some more music, but this is too good.
Lincoln Riley,
This is too good.
an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I
lots.
say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself.
Yeah,
I
call him
understand.
out. Call him
But
out.
look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by,
I know someone.
and let
I
into the
reported
country,
her.
it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing, and it's worth it taking the chance of the
Okay.
$8,000. But if it's only 6 months,
Brokers
6
of
weeks.
humans.
The idea is it's
Human
highly
brokerage.
unlikely that people will
Human
pay that money
brokerage.
and
Come
come
into
all
the
that
theater
way
near you
knowing
on
that they'll be
Biden
able to be kicked
2024.
out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest
not all,
my Republican friends owe it to the American people, get
Look,
this
a
bill
Biden
done.
presidency,
We
that
need
means
to
I can touch
act
my little
now.
girl. Cause more inflation that hits the poor. Make the rich richer. Continue fighting wars. Continue ignoring trade deals and honor our commitments.
And if my
It's like one of the
predecessors
great parts of the
watching,
world. That's why I have so much inflation
instead
in the
of
first
paying
place. Plus all
politics
the forced fiscal
and pressuring
spending,
members of Congress to
not one
block the bill,
Republican voted
join
for
me
on the fiscal
telling the
side.
Congress to pass it.
Monetary side
We can do
can't
it
help
together.
with supply shocks
But that's
from the trade.
what he apparently,
global
here's
trade.
what he will not do. I will
Don't shoot the
not
messenger,
demonize
people.
immigrants saying
Don't shoot
they
the
are
messenger.
poison in the blood of our country.
I'm just trying to say it is what it is.
I will not
I'm trying to call it out as what
separate
it is.
families.
Did he gaff again? Oh man.
I will not
Another shot.
ban people because of their faith.
Dude, I'm behind too.
Unlike my predecessor on my first day in office, I introduced a comprehensive bill to fix our immigration system. Take a look at it. It has all these and more. Secure the border.
What did he say?
Provide a pathway to citizenship for
How's
dreamers.
Mayorkas in there?
And so
He's-
much more. But unlike my predecessor,
He's disgusting.
I know who we are as Americans. We're the only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new.
Draws.
Home to
The-
Native
the
Americans.
draws?
His ancestors have been here for thousands of years. Home to people of every place, from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains. Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral
Yeah,
family in
150 years
Ireland.
ago,
Some to
motherfucker.
flee
That's 300
persecution.
years ago.
To chase dreams that are impossible
Sold by their
anywhere
own
but here in
people.
America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. We all came from somewhere. Thank you with your infinite wisdom. Can you please enlighten me with your infinite wisdom, sir? You know, we need to be enlightened because, you know, we're not as intelligent as you, right? You're the all-knowing
simple
one,
choice.
self-appointed.
We
And
can
there's
fight
no one has a
about fixing the
problem with
border,
that.
or we can fix it.
Self-proclamity, self-proclamation.
I'm ready to fix it. Send me the border bill now.
Sending a bill. Yeah, we'll pay for it with children's money by borrowing it.
Transformational moment in history happened 59 years ago today in Selma, Alabama. Hundreds of foot soldiers for justice marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, named after the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, that you
to claim their
supported.
fundamental right to vote.
You wouldn't know that,
They
would
were
you?
beaten. They were bloody
You're not plagiarizing.
and left for dead.
That's what I meant to say earlier.
Our late friend and former colleague John
You
Lewis was
plagiarized
on that
Trump's
march.
Bills that
We miss him.
make America great platform. That was lame. Can't beat him, join him, right, huh?
But joining us tonight, our other
We
marchers.
need a border bill
both in
now.
the
Well,
gallery
about
and on the
time.
floor, including Betty Mae Fikes, known as the voice of Selma, the daughter of gospel singers and preachers. She sang songs of prayer and protest on that bloody Sunday to help shake the nation's conscience.
Sunday.
5 months later, the Voting Rights Act passed and was signed into law. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, yeah, let's clap for the victory of the president that happened like 100 years ago. Now, can we get back on the subject, please? Yeah. Because you're wasting everyone's time by telling us stuff we already know.
But 59 years later, the
Okay,
force is
59
taking
years,
us back
so
in
off by
time.
40.
Voter suppression,
If I'm at least
election
half right,
subversion,
then
unlimited
that
dark
means I
money,
can't be half wrong.
extreme gerrymandering.
I mean, it can
John
be.
Lewis was a great friend to many of us here.
Okay,
But if you
can't be.
truly
I
want to honor him and all the heroes that marched with him, then it's time to
That's
do
so
more than
equal to
talk.
one.
Pass the Freedom to Vote Act, the John Lewis Voting Right Act. And stop denying another core value of America, our diversity across American life. Banning books, it's wrong. Instead of erasing history, let's make history. I want to protect fundamental rights.
Yeah.
Pass the Equality Act.
Reinstate people's Twitter account thing.
And my message to transgender Americans, I have your back. Pass the PRO Act for workers' rights. Raise the
I have your
federal
back,
minimum
Ginger.
wage.
Is that
Because every worker has a right to a decent living more than $7 an hour. We're also making history by confronting the climate crisis, not denying it. I don't think any of you think there's no longer a climate crisis. At least I hope you don't. I'm taking the most significant action ever on climate in the history of the world. I'm cutting our carbon emissions in half by 2030, creating tens of thousands of clean energy jobs like the IBW work is building and installing 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations.
The Atlantic Ocean Authority said that the temperature of the ocean has only gone up 0.7%. It's not even a whole
Taking
point.
action on environmental justice, fence line communities smothered
Just because
by the
El Nino
legacy of
came through, you
pollution.
think the weather's changed for good.
And pattern after the Peace Corps and America Corps, I launched the Climate Corps to put 20,000 young people to work in the forefront of our clean energy future. I'll triple that number in a decade.
That's how long he's been government. 50 years. Retire, bro. All right, karaoke coming back.
To state the
Song, Biden.
It was then.
I dedicate this song to Biden.
The American Rescue Plan, which every American
Want to be president? Biden.
We made the largest investment
illegitimate
in public
president.
safety ever.
Biden.
Last year, the murder rate saw the sharpest decrease in history.
Yeah, the Hall of
Violent
Justice,
crime
pedigree,
fell to one of its
money
lowest levels in more than
talking.
50 years.
Power wolves beset your door.
We've
Hear them
helped cities invest in
talking.
more community police
Can
officers,
you please the
more mental
appetite
health
they
workers,
devour?
more community
And
violence
the justice crushes you overpower.
crack down on gun crime,
The
retail
ultimate
crime, and
infinity, exploiting their supremacy. I can't believe the things you say. Can't believe this pain and greed, money talking. Power won't peace at your door. They're stuck in. So you please their appetite and devour. Power justice crushes you, overpower. Nothing can save you. Justice is lost. Justice is raped. Justice is gone. Pulling your strings. Justice is done. Seeking no truth when it is all. When it's so blue, so true, so real. Yeah, get some.
They said,
You like that?
do something.
You like that?
Do something.
DJ.
Well, I did do something by establishing the first ever Office of Gun Violence Prevention in the White House. As the Vice President leading the charge.
Inquisition seeking you with a prying mind.
He's proud he
Lost my
did
spot
not
there.
guns when he
Okay,
was
sorry,
president.
over.
After another shooting in Iowa recently, he said, when asked what to do, I said, just get over it.
Apathy, the stepping stone, so I'm feeling.
I say, stop.
Apathy, the stepping stone, so I'm feeling. Hidden deep animosity, no deceiving. Through your eyes, they're like birds, or things you find. Inquisition singing you with quiet mind. Don't believe anything. Pointing their supremacy.
true. Winning is all. Running so grim, so true, so real. Yeah, get some.
Woo!
After enduring sexual
Is
violence.
this where he makes a bid?
The
Guns don't
deadliest
kill
taken
people.
from the Jewish people since the Holocaust.
Just like spoons don't make people fat, Biden.
Hostages taken.
Sorry to break it to you, pal,
This chamber
buddy.
Our families who
Spoons don't make people fat. No one's ever accidentally ate anything in their life.
Until we bring everyone here, loved ones
Get
home.
the hell out.
We also
Oh, Johnson finally standing. What do you say?
we'll also work around the clock to bring home Evan and Paul, Americans being unjustly detained by the Russians.
Oh, whatever.
And others
Just leave him
around the
alone, Biden.
Israel has the right to go after Hamas.
Tucker's speech.
Hamas ended this
Putin
conflict
said
by
to stop
releasing hostages,
supplying
laying down
arms
arms, could
to
end
Ukraine, and he will
by-
be gone
by
in a week, quote
releasing
unquote.
hostages, laying down
Facts.
arms, surrendering those responsible for October 2nd.
All right.
Truth that's not there. All the red tape to your lips. Now you've done it. Your money gets started again. Make a deal. What is truth? I cannot tell. Cannot feel. There's a truth that is here. Exploiting man's supremacy. We pay. Nothing can change us. Justice is lost. Justice is great. Justice is gone. Pulling your strings. Justice is done. Speaking of truth, when it is all. Running so grim, so true, so real.
Hannibal!
Say that China is
A
on
very
the rise
spicy London indeed.
and America's falling behind.
Yeah, could you mess up on the trade
Got it
deal, bro?
backwards.
Had
I've
you
been saying
followed
for
through with
4
the
years
promise?
when I wasn't president. America's rising.
It's
We're
your
the best
fault.
economy in the world. And since I've come to office, our GDP is up, our trade deficit with China is down
Yeah, whatever,
to the
man.
lowest point over a
Whatever,
decade.
bro.
And
It
we're
would have been
standing
down.
up
It would have been.
against China's unfair
Trade deficit
economic
wouldn't even
practices.
exist if you had just followed through with the
standing up
agreed
for
upon
cases
trade deal that
of
caused all
across the
inflation in the
Taiwan
first place.
Straits.
On top of
I've
your
revitalized
fiscal
our
policy,
partnership and alliance in the
just push it
Pacific.
over the edge.
India, Australia, Japan, South Korea.
Whatever.
Yeah. Do anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Between those who want to pull around. Freedom and democracy. The future. To respect everyone. Now other people might. When America stood. America occupied the national. County Council, almost by accident. I got elected to the United States Senate when
No,
I
you
had
didn't
no
get
intention of
elected.
running at age 29.
Yeah, that tells you something.
Then vice president of our first black president. Now president to the first women vice president.
for Speaker of the House Johnson. Look at him. He's just like, he's like, he tells Harris, girl, come on, you stand for that. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Not a joke.
Yeah, you are a joke, bro.
I've been told I'm too old.
You are.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, because you don't know the way back. You can't walk away from when you don't know what direction you're going. You can't walk away when you don't know where you're going. Well, there's like 20 people yelling that. Get the hell out of
Isn't
here.
how old we are. It's how
Nice try.
old our ideas.
Nice try.
Hate, anger, revenge, retribution are the oldest of ideas.
Yeah,
But you can't
that's what you keep on
lead
doing.
It's back. You need America. You need a vision for the future and what can and should be done.
Yeah.
I see a future where defending democracy. Above all, I see a future for all Americans.
Yeah, you
I
do?
see a country for all.
God gave rock and roll to you. Gave rock and roll to you. And gets rid of crying for everyone. Devil gave Biden to you.
And saluting his colleagues as he steps down into the chamber. I'm Joe Matthew in Washington. This is special global coverage of the State of the Union Address tonight in Washington, D.C. Kaylee Lines, Rick Davis, and Jeannie Shanzano are with us in our Washington bureau as we try to unpack what we just heard. A laundry list, certainly, but also a tone from this president that was predicted from the White House. High energy, bumps behind the scenes.
Substantive issue of the border, which we knew was going to likely feature heavily about 40 minutes in, we instead began with the issue of Ukraine, then moving to the issue of democracy. One of the big highlight lines in the first portion of the speech coming from the president, as he was alluding to his predecessor, said that you can't love your country only when you win. And Joe, he said that line after talking about January 6th, but there, of course, we saw him talk about many other issues, of course, the economy and
statuary hall, all the lawmakers are now emerging from the chamber. Senators and members of the House are streaming by us here. We're going to have conversations with some of them coming up here on Bloomberg for their impressions. As I mentioned, D's and R's who sat through this. Kaylee, and of course, we're now going to be hearing the official Republican response to this address tonight from the president.
Yes, Senator Katie of Alabama, of course, at 42 years old, the youngest woman Republican ever to be elected to the chamber, will shortly give the Republican response. And of course, we will be bringing you that response live on Bloomberg Television and radio. But we also do want to get the response of our political leader who is still with us, Jeannie Shanzano.